Hey everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life and welcome back to a Confessions of a Paper Addict Cut File Design Team layout. Today I'm going to be working with the Party Popper cut file, which is part of the January 6th release from in the shop. And I love this one. It's so fun and would work for so many different things. So New Year's obviously would be perfect for. I'm going to use it as a birthday theme and just work with that and a cute photo of my son and his cake. Now, I talk about this every time I do a birthday layout. I do a certain amount of birthday layouts every year for each child. So they get 3 basically birthday theme layouts and they go into 3 separate albums. That way it's documented. But I've got a plan on how to do it. And this one is going in the album where it's literally just documenting his birthday. So either his cake or his party, depending on the year that it falls on and what happens. And so, yeah, I love how this one turned out. It was lots of fun. I'm going to start off here thinking that I wanted there to be something in the background, like it needs some sort of something. And so I start with the purple, thinking I could bring that out, but it'd still be kind of subtle. And I kind of go around and I do a whole bunch of mixed media. You're going to watch me do all of this. Now, I don't use this. I don't hate it. It's just not what I had planned. And it didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. But what I decided will happen is once I have this all done, and you watch me do my mixed media for a couple minutes here, I'm going to use it on another layout as like the background to offset a photo of one of my kids doing art in some way. Because what ends up happening is once I let this dry and everything, and I kind of fussy cut it, and you'll see me do that, I kind of freehand cut it. I feel like it would work as a painting palette board, whatever you want to call it. And it's super cute. And I like the colors. I like how it turned out. I like the layers that I got on it. It just, with this and the cut file together, it just was a little too much and I just wasn't happy with them together. So that happens. You start with one plan, it doesn't really work, and so you turn and do something else in another direction. And that's basically what happened with this. But it's okay to let that happen. That's all part of the creative process, is getting it an idea, try it. If it doesn't work, keep that idea, hold it, try to use it for another layout and go on with something else. So there is the example of me attempting to do that. And I went crazy with this. Like I kept spraying it over and over, and I'm just using a whole bunch of different shimmers products that I have. I've got a bunch of sprays, and I need to start working with them because I've got a lot and I want to get some new colors, but I don't have any more room in my little container that I hold them in. So I can't buy a new one until I let go of an old one. So I need to start working on that. Okay, so fresh start there. That was my mistake. I'm going to bring something else out. Here is my photo, and you can see I've got a stencil. I still want there to be something behind the cut file. And so I decided to go ahead and use a little bit. And here's another mistake, actually. I start with this acrylic paint. I've done acrylic paint before and it hasn't spread underneath the stencil. This one spread. So I don't know if I've always used something else with it to thicken it, or if I just wasn't lucky this time. But it spreads, and so again, a mistake that I'm just put this aside, and it looks really rough and kind of boyish, so I thought that I could use what I did there, and I'll use it on a boy layout down the road somewhere. So here's my third attempt, and this one works. I used a little bit of acrylic paint and the same blue, so it's a little bit lighter now because obviously my acrylic paint is it's white. It's like a really white shimmery color. I love it. And finally it worked and it did what I wanted. And it's like the Party Popper also was spraying confetti. That was kind of the idea I was trying to get. And finally, I'm really happy with how that turned out. All right, we've made it through all of my trial and errors with my background. Now it's time to actually work on the cut file. I'm not going to do a whole lot to it. I'm backing the part that kind of looks like a party hat, I call it. I'm going to back that with a little bit of tissue paper. This is a trick I've actually learned from Daisy Scrap. She uses vellum a lot. I don't have a ton of vellum. I have a little bit, but I do the same thing with tissue paper and it works perfectly. It just gives it a little something and I love the look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The rest of it I'm going to leave plain for the moment and then go back because the cut file has all these little bits and pieces where the confetti's being thrown out as well. So I'm going to go back and go ahead and glue all of that down separately. I think I might do that part off camera, but it does get done. And I'm also going to go ahead and use some of these alphas. Now I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit that I created for the month of January. It is from a Pretty Little Studio and it's called Color Me Happy. It's a gorgeous, bright collection. It's so much fun to play with. And so I'm literally just cutting out the words B-Day so that that's what it is about. And it's gonna, I think in the end I write B-Day boy let's party or something along the lines of that because that's what it is. This is his cake. He got just a chocolate cake that he loved chocolate, and it's hard to find one that's chocolate on chocolate without being like fudge because he doesn't want the fudge, he just wants chocolate. And then to make it a little bit more boyish, we added some little gummy worms to it and he loved it. So that worked well. You can see off camera. Now, I didn't mean to do this off camera. It just kind of happened. I traced the cut file with a black Sharpie to help make it stick out. And I love that. That really helped make it pop off the page. I added a few of the little word phrases from the collection that just kind of worked with the theme and his age. And then I also backed my background paper, the one that I did the stenciling on, with a bit of a green and then another full 12 by 12 page from the collection that has like hot air balloons and clouds and stuff. And you get 2 sheets of each one, and this isn't really a pattern I would really use in a lot of ways, but it worked well as a border. So I went ahead and did a dual border that way. And I wanted to bring in the same pattern paper I used for the cut file. So I put that as a little strip down at the bottom. And I'm just going to finish it off by adding a little bit of sequins for, again, that fun little pop. I'm using black, again, for it to kind of all blend in together. And I'm so pleased with how this layout turned out. I love doing birthday layouts. It's one of my favorite things to create. So love how it turned out. Really fun and playful and works well. In this photo, he was turning 6. So it's kind of the perfect theme for a 6-year-old, I feel. And I'm just really pleased how it turned out. And I love how the cut file just kind of says it all. That you look at it and you know right away that this is some sort of a party just because of the cut file. And I love that. However, I didn't make it overpower my photo. So there's a look at my finished layout. Please make sure you head on over to the Confessions of a Paper Addict shop and visit the Facebook group as well, because there's lots of fun things happening over there. The links will be down below. Have a great day. Bye.